Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hi, Jennifer, how are you? Hi, Marcy. Hi, Ginger, how are you? Hi, Corios. Oui, bonjour. Oui, ça va bien, un peu fatigué aujourd'hui, mais ça va très bien. Hi, Anu. Hi, Lynn, how are you doing? Hola, how are you, Morpho? Nice to see you. I'm doing well, I'm doing well. It's funny, it's a beautiful day out. It's extremely cold, beautiful day. But I feel so tired. How many of you are just feeling absolutely exhausted? You had emergency surgery, Marcy. Oh my goodness, I hope you're okay. I'm sending you lots of love. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Rima. Thank you, Patricia. Hi, Emlyn. Good morning. Hi, Susan. You're very kind, Patricia. You feel very tired, no motivation? I mean, the sun is beautiful. That's motivating, but the tiredness, oh my goodness. You feel exhausted too? I'm good. I'm good. I'm just getting over this terrible cough. Hi, Lucia. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just, like I said, I'm in the recovery phase of this terrible sickness that's been going around. It really knocked the wind out of me. Like, when I tell you tired, I mean like tired. Hi, Taryn. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Jen. Oh, I got a kitty cat getting into trouble. I can hear it already in the background. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Bunny. Nice to see you. Thanks, Lucia. Hi, Sharon. Namaste. Thank you. It's cold and cloudy there. You need to go for a run, but avoiding it. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold for sure. They do. They do. For a long time, Jen. You've had it for 3 weeks. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? Thanks, Lucia. You too. You too. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. I really appreciate it. Well, we're going to do a general collective reading and we're going to see what resonates and leave what doesn't. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kelly, you know what? I haven't been as live as often. I just haven't been well, but everything is much better now. Hi, Peter. Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Jamie. How are you? You're welcome. You're new? Welcome. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Hi, Happy Shankara. How are you? What are you having for lunch today, Lucia? The kitties are well. The kitties are well. Thank you, Taryn. I really appreciate it. Hi, Jenny. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. So everybody, tell me, what is your word of the day today? You're in Ontario too, Mac Daddy? Me too. Happy just asked me where am I from. I'm from Ontario, Canada as well. Bonjour, mon ami. Un peu fatigué, un peu malade, but I'm okay. Hi, Kristen. No, I don't ever request to follow anybody. No, those are scammers. Be very careful with the scammers. Oh, you're from Vancouver. Nice. You're having pasta, Lucia? Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. Your word of the day is love. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Cozy for Emlyn. Hi, Tracy. Thank you so much. Grateful to be alive. Yes, Marcy. My goodness. I really hope that everything is okay. You feel free today, Chantel? Good. Yeah, Mania. Like it's you know what? It's interesting vibes. I did go out earlier today to pick up a few things before Christmas Eve. And it wasn't that busy out, but you can feel the intensity in the air. I feel like it will be busier in the afternoon. Thank you, Strawberry. Thank you, Advika. I appreciate it. Faith is your word of the day. Gratitude. Hi, Nick. How are you? Hi, Christine. My word of the day is just exhaustion. I feel like I just can't sleep enough right now. I just can't seem to sleep enough. Like I go to bed and I'm out and I can sleep in very easily, but I still feel tired, you know? Hi, Woodini. You've got hope anew? I hope so. So, Purnima, we're doing a general collective reading. I'm not answering any individual questions. You're having really weird dreams? Yeah, totally get it. Totally get it. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, let's get into the cards. Let's kind of see what's going on, see what comes through. Why do you feel hopeless, Strawberry? Nothing should ever be hopeless. You feel apathetic? So it's interesting, Peter, because that could mean that maybe you just need some rest right now, and that's okay. Hi, Ruby. How are you? Patience. People have got to have patience. But patience isn't waiting. Patience is living your life, doing your best to move yourself forward, and then, oops, there goes my light. My light almost fell. And then see how things play out. Acceptance. Absolutely. You had a dream that you actually remembered last night? You know what's funny? I've been having weird dreams the last few nights. Just totally weird dreams. Hi, Becca. I'm well, thank you. How are you? I mean, I do feel very tired, Becca, but other than that, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I mean, listen, I understand. A lot of people have relationship worries, but again, nothing that's meant for you is ever going to pass you by. Hi, Letitia. Cats are good, Lucia. Yeah, you too? Some bizarre dreams? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. You know? All right, let's get into the cards. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what we need to know today. Well, the things that you're working on, will they work out? Well, let's put it this way. You have no way of knowing until you cross that bridge. If you're doubting yourself, then you will not manifest the things that you want. So let's try to say that things are working out versus will. Not that I'm picking at your question, but if we say will, that means we doubt. So let's say they are working out. You keep a dream journal and it's really entertaining. Oh, I can imagine. I was watching somebody on live the other night before going to bed. It was somebody that I actually know, like in person. And that night, I dreamt about that person. Like, it's just so funny how like you can just watch something and then have bizarre dreams about them. Do I go live on YouTube? Yeah, Christine, I'm live on YouTube right now, actually. So I've got 3 platforms going. I'm not ignoring anybody. How far out am I booked? Not super far out, Kelly. I could see somebody probably within the next couple of weeks. You know, after Christmas, I might have a spot if you need to. Oh my goodness, Becca, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sending love to your brother. I hope everything's okay. Yeah, Christine, I'm on there. Kelly Lorraine 111, just like on TikTok. Good morning, Leslie. You're ready? Okay, Kelly, I would love to see you. Okay, Karma. Karma's jumping up here to join us. Dream, a Virgo was asking me to dim my light. I took a stand and refused. Good, good, good. Ruby, I sent yours out, so it might be in your spam. Yeah, the 2025 Tarot and Oracle forecast, I have sent out the first block of them, but they may go to the spam folder, so always check. And they take about 14 business days. Up to anyways. Hi, Tia. Hi, Marcy. All right, you guys ready? Let's get into the cards. Let's see what's going on. You're welcome, Ruby. You're welcome. I know I sent it out to you, so it's probably in your spam. Oh, yay, Christine, you found me. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, the reading is for everybody, David. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, 7 of Candles. 7 of Wands asks, are you on the offensive or are you on the defensive? How many of you feel like you have your back against a wall? You know, a little bit of self-preservation. You have to be careful with that kind of energy because ultimately we want to stand up and make moves, stand up for ourselves. We don't necessarily want to be in self-preservation where we're feeling like we're under pressure. Good morning, Amber. How are you? Hi, Nikki. How are things in South Africa? You feel that way, Ginger? You feel like you're in a bit of that self-preservation? Hi, Becca. Perfect. Perfect. Hi, Sonia. Alicia, we're doing a general collective reading. This is free for everybody, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Hi, Shuggy. How are you? So right now, you want to make sure... Oh, thanks, Christine. I really appreciate it. The energy is basically saying, be careful that you're not in a defensive mode. You want to be in a mode that is standing up and putting yourself first. You're welcome. Oh, no, Leslie. You know what? Don't manifest that. Everything's working out. Everybody's okay. You feel like you're a little bit on the defensive. I understand it. You're feeling hopeful? Good, Amber. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the readings that you're going to see in the next few days from me. I did a bunch of readings yesterday, filmed, and all I can tell you is it's all expect the unexpected. And I think the reason why that's coming through is because there's an aspect with Venus and Uranus on Christmas Eve. And when you get Uranus energy with, you know, Venus, you get this like sudden something that pops up, okay? Unexpectedness. Be really careful. Hi, Pauline. Be really careful with the conversations you're having at Christmas. You know, be mindful of any overreacting. Try to not let anybody push your buttons. Yeah, today's a good chill day. Yeah, it is, Jen. I agree. I agree. Oh, I'm so sorry about your husband who passed away, Time. Or Nikki, I should say. But there is this unexpected energy, and it could be unexpected conversations, unexpected emotions. I would say be very, very careful. Don't let anything get at you. You just need something new and different. So, Emily, that means you have to change something up to do different, right? If you want different, you got to do different. You need to bake some cookies to be motivated. Hey, listen, cookies are a great motivation. Yeah, if you're with family, just be careful always, because family has a way of poking the bear, you know? Hi, Steph. How are you? It's hard, David, but you know what? We have to be conscious about our energy. See, there's the milk and honey. Look, there's something good coming our way. The thing is that right now, I don't know if everybody has the foresight to understand that there is good happening, you know? I think you have to recognize that things are happening for you, not to you, and be open to the possibilities. But if you're defensive, it's not going to help you. It's going to pull you backwards. That's why I want you to be in open energy where you stand up for yourself. You don't let anything get at you or push your buttons or your boundaries. Oh, that's amazing, Bodine. I'm glad you had a nice time. So Nikki just asked, when will I find my soulmate? I'm ready for it now. You will find it when you're not trying to force it. And I'm not picking at your question, Nikki. The idea is that if we say when, we're trying to control something. And so if you're truly open, you're going to be putting yourself out there. You're going to find what you like and what you don't like. And you're going to get better as you go through the dating process or the love process. You know? Elizabeth, we're doing a general collective reading. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Yeah, Becca, agreement number 2, don't take anything personally. So Becca's reading the book, The Four Agreements, which is such a wonderful book. And exactly, we can't take things personally, you know? Good, Nikki. You're on your way then. You're on your way. Oh, thanks, Pauline. Hi, Dulce. How are you? Yes, I did get my nails done. And it's funny, I usually get like red nails or like dark colored nails. And for whatever reason, I wanted to go a little bit more lighter and neutral. This is more of like a sugar cookie. It's OPI. Do you take layaway with white pearl chrome? If anybody's wondering. Excuse me. You have trouble with taking things personally. Your goal is to develop a thicker skin. Have you ever read The Four Agreements, Emlyn? My favorite book is The Alchemist. Thank you. My favorite book is The Alchemist, but The Four Agreements is definitely in that category. Yeah, I know the names. I know. When you think of like nail polish, the names are always a variety. Always a variety. You like the lighter color? Yeah, I don't always do a lighter color, but I do like this. Hi, Dana. How are you? Yes, Paulo Coelho. Yeah, one of my favorite books. Uranus rules Aquarius. Is that expect the unexpected energy, star Aquarius energy coming forward? Yeah, because it's if I'm not mistaken, Nick, it's an aspect to Venus, which means relationships, right? Yes. Merry Christmas, Dulce. You're so sweet. I always appreciate you so much. No, I haven't, Nikki. The potential or the challenge today is the Queen of Good Cheer. And the Queen of Good Cheer is the Queen of Cups. And listen, I know this is a time of giving. Just be careful that you're not overgiving, because overgiving, overdoing, and problem solving doesn't help a situation. You know, I see so much of that right now. There was a post I came across, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, where someone was talking about how they can't help but want to give and overgive to people. And I was just like, oh, you got to be so careful with that. So careful with that. You know, I came across this post where somebody was asking a relationship question about whether they should deliver soup to the person that they're newly dating, you know, someone that they're not really exclusive with, just met, and should they go over and bring them soup because they're not feeling well. And I know it's a really nice thing to give, but you got to be so careful. I understand it's a kind gesture, but sometimes I would avoid. I would avoid the overgiving, the bringing food, the this, the that, because when you start overgiving, that person doesn't feel worthy of what you're giving, more than likely, and it can backfire. You've only overgave to yourself. Perfect, Steph. Yeah, sometimes you do get used, and it's not that anybody really intends to use, but here's the thing. I used to be that girl when I was younger in my dating days, where I would go and buy these gifts, you know, birthday card, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, and I got nothing in return. And it's not that I guess maybe if I'm honest, I was looking for something in return, right? I had an expectation that if I do this for you, you do this for me. And what I learned from these experiences is that every time I overgave to these guys that I was dating, it just felt so one-sided, you know? And I learned that it's okay to give, but not excessively. A member of your collective just went through that and it did backfire. You mean like overgiving or bringing soup or something along those lines, Nick? It always backfires, and I hate to say that. Yeah, Jen, it's a compliment that's really hard to digest. You know, when someone says, "I don't feel good enough for you," but the second you start overgiving, overdoing, problem solving, and sort of being in that masculine energy of chasing, it works against you every time. Nice, nice, Darth. Bringing a care package to her sick significant other. Yeah. I would just wish them well. I would say, I hope you feel better, you know? Yeah. I gave too much. I used to give too much all the time. Yeah. Yeah. If you're the only one giving, it's time to step back. But I think we feel like if we give, that they're going to do the same thing for us. you know, and that's where there's an underlying expectation, and why I always say expectations are the root of all problems. Brenda just said, if I'm not his wife or mother, I won't bring him any soup. I get it. I get it. Yeah, Marcy, I understand being a giver, but the problem with giving is that we're really looking to be loved in return. That's the root of it all. That's right. Nick just said, instead, fill your own margarita glass. Nick gave me some great advice the other day. He said I should go on a shopping tour and have some margaritas. And I unfortunately have been taking antibiotics, so there's been no margaritas in my menu. But in a day or so, I should be a-okay. Edie, I didn't see your question. I'm on 3 different platforms at once. So if I'm not acknowledging, it's not because I'm ignoring, it's just because I'm talking to 3 different platforms all at once. I do still have the cough stuff, yeah. Well, Chantel, we think that they'll see how much we care and appreciate us more, but it usually goes the other direction, you know? My person said I can't meet their new because they have epilepsy. I told them I can. They're new. I'm not sure what is their new. No, you're not going to be alone, Darth. You're not going to be alone. It all depends on what your boundaries are. That's what it all comes down to. The Simran current energies for Aditya. Well, those are specific questions, Aditya, that I can't really answer here. We're doing a general collective reading, but maybe there might be some messages for you. You've removed yourself from groups and people who no longer make the effort with you. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If people aren't making the effort, then it's a sign for you. You know, simplify your life a little bit. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. And there's the 1111 card, twin flame, heart activation, balancing of masculine and feminine energies. This is my whole point, is that whenever we get into these romantic situations, these deep soul connections, the first thing that we do is we get a taste of something good. Thank you, Cinnabon. We get a taste of something good, and then we start chasing it. And that's why I'm telling you, balance your masculine and feminine energies. And the thing about the label of twin flame, and I say this with love, somebody just sent me an email actually about this topic. And my response is, remember that twin flame is a label. It's a label. It's another word essentially for a reawakening and a self-love journey. Okay? All of this teaches you how to lean back, how to receive, how to put yourself first. And something that I said recently is that there's only so many crumbs in a loaf. You can only take so many breadcrumbs. There's only so many crumbs in a loaf. You know? The tarot reader said we won't be together in this life. You know, Darth, let me put it to you this way. I stay in my own lane when it comes to other tarot readers. Maybe I'm a little bit different than the norm. I wouldn't personally listen to that kind of advice, because it's not about whether you're going to be with somebody in this lifetime or not. I don't think anybody should be telling anybody about such things. The thing is this, anything is possible. It all depends on how you maintain your boundaries. If you want a better chance of achieving the person or the relationship that you're looking for, then ultimately the advice, number 1, is to put yourself first. Make the boundaries. I love you, but I love myself more. The thing is that people get so caught up in the romance of these connections, and the purpose of these connections isn't romance. If you want romance, go date a soulmate. That's romance. You want life-changing experiences? Well, that's when you have an awakening, or what you call a reawakening. Hi, Dora. Nice to see you, my friend. Hi, Shelby. So I would just say that people have to remember that when we talk about a reawakening, this is you finding yourself and knowing how to do better. It forces you to do better. So Nikki's just asking, how do I move on? Lost my Paul last year on the 21st of December. I see 1111 every day. What does that mean? 1111 means brand new beginnings. Brand new beginnings. It means living your best life, putting yourself out there. And it's not a disrespect to your past to loved one, because they would want you to live. Oh, thanks, Dora. Yeah, I've been really sick, and I'm just at the tail end now. I just finished my antibiotics and the cough is lingering. I'm not contagious anymore, but I'm definitely still coughing. Peter just said, let them go. If they're meant for you, they will come back always. Hi, Heather. Good afternoon. Thank you. Hi, Josh. How are you? When you're seeing like 111, 222, 33, all the way to 888, I mean, 8 is about infinite power, Ermi. That's wonderful stuff. Sounds like a wonderful idea. Oh, thanks, Leslie. Have a wonderful brunch. You have someone who always comes back. Well, the reason why they come back is because you allow them, Ginger. This is the thing that we all have to understand, is that we allow the behavior over and over and over again. And if we want that behavior to stop, we have to stop. Okay, because I just want to remind everybody, maybe I haven't talked about this in a while. You are not a power bank. And what I mean by that is you're sitting here at 90% battery and your person comes in at 2%. And they're coming in with 2% battery, trying to get some validation and see what you're up to. Hey, stranger, Merry Christmas. Hey, how are you? Long time no see. And they come in like this, they pump up their energy, drain yours, and then what do? They get overwhelmed by it again, and they run and they go deal with the stuff that's been going on in their day-to-day life until they come back again, around and around and around. And so if someone keeps coming, yeah, hey there, wild thing, that's another one. And if you're allowing that behavior at a certain point, you have to recognize that you're the one allowing the behavior. And it's not that they won't let you go. It's that you don't want to let them go. Most of the time, it's that we don't want to let them go. You know what I mean? Sometimes they come back just so they can hurt you again. I don't think they consciously, Brenda, come in just to hurt somebody. Hi, Joe. Hi, Alex. But what they do is they come in for a validation. A lot of the times it's not about whether they love you or care about you. It's that they don't have the capacity and they're looking to get that feeling, you know? Hi, Linda. How are things in Sweden? I'm well, Joe. How are you? So yeah, a little bit of side note, you know, you got to be very careful with this time of year because a lot of people love to pop up. Yeah, they need that dopamine hit. And for us too, we love it. We love the feeling of someone coming back in. Hi, Maddie. Nice to see you. So it's not like someone's really trying to hurt you. The issue is though, is that they're not going to stop pushing your boundaries if you keep allowing them to do it. A year ago, you wanted more than anything for that, yeah, to happen. Now your worry is that they will come back. Yeah, sometimes, listen, when they do come back, you may not even want it. Is Paul with you in spirit? Of course, Nikki, absolutely. Hi, Linda. Don't want people to come back, just want them to piss off and find happiness. I get it, Bojangles, I get it. Hi, Linnea, how are you? I'm well, thank you. So, look, you're coming to the edge of something new. That's the potential or the challenge right now. Absolutely, Rosemary. I agree with that. You're coming close to the edge where you're about to embark on something new, and it should be exciting, not scary. Okay? So let's take a look at what we should focus on today. The Six of Canes. The Six of Swords is peace. How many of you just want peace in your life? And I know it sounds so cliche. You know, in the holidays, we talk about peace on earth. Hi, Akriti, how are you? So if you're wanting peace in your life, you have to make your own peace. Don't let other people disrupt your peace. You can't. And if you do, you're allowing the behavior. Oh, thank you, Linnea. Happy 4th Advent as well to you. We do create our own peace, but it's up to you. It's about what you're willing to accept and not willing to accept. Let me remind everybody, look, you can understand why people do what they do. You can understand that someone doesn't have the capacity, but that doesn't mean you have to allow it or accept it in your day-to-day life. You just don't. You don't have to accept it. Especially if it's this constantly going round and round and round and round and it's never ending. You decide whether it ends, not the other person. No person is going to wake up and say, geez, I think I'm going to stop asking Kelly for favors today. I'm going to stop pushing their boundaries. I'm going to stop pumping up my battery or my tires. They're not going to do that unless I say no. Thank you, Akriti. Merry Christmas to you too. Thanks, Steph. Have a wonderful day. Hi, Lilith. How are you? So, good morning, Jen. Hi, Marita. How are you doing? So let's see. There's the Hermit. Look, I think there's a lot of energy right now of wanting to isolate. And I don't know if any of you are feeling that, where you're kind of like hermiting yourself a little bit, or you feel the need to. And that's okay if that brings you some peace. You can protect your energy. At the same time, you cannot stay in hermit mode forever. I think sometimes there's a difference between like walls and boundaries, right? Let me remind everybody, walls keep you stuck. Boundaries actually keep you moving forward, but at a safe pace for you. So I would never tell you to put walls and say, I'm never going to put myself out there. I refuse. I'm just going to stay like this. I'm going to be single the rest of my life. Whatever the mindset is, it's not going to help you. It's just not going to help you. Boundaries, though, can absolutely help you. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Marita. I'm glad to hear that everything is benign. I'm sending you lots of love. You've been hermiting for 8 months. So at a certain point, you can't do it anymore. There's going to be a time where you got to put yourself out there. Oh, thanks, Nora. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what else we need to know. You want to find the love of your life. Well, when you're ready, when you put yourself out there, and I mean truly put yourself out there. You know, I think one of the things that I hear most from people, and let me repeat myself, is I'm open. When it comes to me, I'll know. It'll just happen, and I'll go on that date. I'll be ready for that relationship. It's not how it works. The way it works is by you taking the risk to put yourself out there, to meet new people, to start new hobbies or adventures in your life. And when you do that, you'll meet like-minded people. Your energy will attract it. But how can you attract somebody if your energy says, I'm not making any moves? It's got to come to me. You have to be very careful with this energy that says, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to wait. I wish that's how it worked, Emily just said. I agree. I wish it could just fall into your lap. Listen, the best relationships, the best people do not just fall out of the sky. Hi, Maggie. Nice to see you too. Hi, Sarah. What happens is when you put yourself out there, you start attracting new things. And yeah, you're going to get triggered along the way. Of course you are. You're going to have good experiences and not so good experiences, but it's going to make you better. And when you get better, they get better. Oh, I'm so sorry, Brian. My condolences to you about your mom. This time of year is a very difficult time. If the universe could just drop it off at my front door, of course, wouldn't that be wonderful? Hi, Sherry. I'm well, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. So let's see what else we need to know about this hermit energy or this isolation. Building blocks. Look, everything is building. It takes time to build. You get better, they get better. You get better, everything gets better. How do you start giving people readings? My gift is strengthening, but I don't want to feel weird. Well, Caitlin, sometimes it takes time. You know, it has to be when you are at a place, in my opinion, of real hindsight. Hi, Shannon. When you have hindsight, learning, and you've been through the ringer, you have the ability to help people much more. If you're in the process of trying to figure it out, it's a little bit harder to give advice to other people. And I think you'll know when you're ready, Caitlin. I think you'll know when you're ready. But it's got to come from a place of pure intention and of learning. You know? Prime it to arrive tomorrow. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. All right, let's look at the recent past. Hi, Nancy. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that you love my videos. I mean, this is another thing that I always like to share with everybody. Sorry, Liz, I was about to pick up my cards and then I had this thought to say something. You have to remember this. When we're trying to write a book or share our experiences, hi, Pandy, we have to come from a place of hindsight. That's why it's so hard to write a book in the moment when you're going through something really tough. When I started my TikTok, my Instagram, my YouTube, I already had gone through so much that I could personally share it. But you'll notice that I don't talk about my day-to-day life really in detail with you, and not because I don't want to share it. It's because I need to have learned it in hindsight in order to share it with all of you, you know? Oh, thanks, Shane. I appreciate it. Yes, it is a general reading. So that's why, hi, Sasha. So that's why I always say, be very careful trying to help others when you're in the moment of struggling with the same topics. You have to come from a place of hindsight where you can truly look at things from the bigger picture. Because if you're looking at things from a bias or from a subjective point of view, it's actually really hard to help others. You can share in the same experiences. Oh, Pandy, okay. You can share in similar experiences, but that doesn't mean you have a bigger picture view, you know? That's exactly right, Maddie. Love to yourself and everything will come together. Yeah, Pandy makes an appearance for sure. So let's see, what is the recent past? And everything that I share with you guys, every piece of advice that I give you is advice that I would take personally, myself. I wouldn't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do. And I speak to you from experience. I don't pull it out of my rear. I've been through it. I know exactly what it's like to go through the ringer. I know what it's like to have a spiritual reawakening. I know what it's like to change your career. I know what it's like to go through a divorce. I know what it feels like to go through grief. I've been through those experiences. So I can speak to those experiences, especially with hindsight. And I also have the foresight to know how they're going to turn out because I've spoken to thousands of people about their day-to-day situations. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate it. You heard the other day that you don't read the book backwards. Exactly, Linda. Makes a good point, you know? So let's see. The recent past is the moon. Well, look, the full moon that we actually just had, you know, over a week ago, that full moon in Gemini, I think was a really tough moon. And I think it's brought a lot of things to the surface, a lot of reasons to purge and surrender and let go. And I advise you to not fight this shift that we're going through right now. How to move on from someone when you know there's no commitment. You have to love yourself more, Vinny. You have to love yourself more. Listen, we have to acknowledge and listen when someone says they don't have the capacity. We don't want to listen when people tell us that there's no commitment or they can't give. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. Yeah, don't fight the shift. Hi, Garns. Believe them when they tell you. Look, it's not about whether someone loves you or cares about you. This is the heartbreaking part of all of these romantic situations. It's not about whether they love you or care about you. It's about whether they have the capacity to give. And if they can't give, don't try to force somebody into giving when they can't. You want someone to come to you on their own volition. You don't want to force it. If you force it, it's not going to work. They're going to run. Your husband wants to come back, but didn't want to give commitment. Well, then you have to be the one that decides whether that's what you want or not want. It's what you're willing to accept and not willing to accept. So Karen's asking, will Neil come back? Look, people always come back, but that doesn't mean that they will come correct. How many times have we experienced somebody coming back in and we were like, yes, yay. And then they come and they're there for a short time, they get overwhelmed and they run again. Why? Because they don't have the capacity. Exactly, Dana. Exactly. You have a bad habit of fighting shifts, getting tired of it now. Maybe by the start, maybe it might be time to start trusting the universe. Exactly. I'm like, listen, this is the thing. We have to get so tired of something that we won't do it anymore. Yeah, healing yourself is the hardest thing you will ever do. Yeah, for sure, Garns. It's a very emotional energy these days, for sure. But again, as I repeat myself, you can't force anybody. You cannot force anybody. The longest journey is from the head to the heart. Yes, Sherry. I didn't make that up. I don't know whose line that is, but I do love that line. So story of the last 7 years, time to end that cycle. Exactly, Chantel. It's really us who decides when we're done. You have to be so tired of something. And, you know, people will come to me and say, Kelly, I've hit my low. I've hit my low. No offense. No, you haven't. Because if you're still entertaining that thought, that feeling, that situation, you're not at your low. Because that means you're still willing to go more rounds. Bonjour, Jill. Ça va bien? How are you? And Vinny, it takes time. It takes time to stop overgiving. You use that line all the time. Amazing. Do I ever take time for myself? Absolutely. That's right, James. As Kelly would say, how many rounds do you want to go? How many rounds? I went many rounds in my day, and there are times when I have no more rounds in me. That's how I know I'm over it. Short-term pain, long-term gain. You all tell me that's what you'd prefer. Short-term pain, long-term gain. But for some reason, people end up taking the short-term gain, which then brings the long-term pain because we struggle with pushing through, you know? I am feeling better. It's just I still have the cough, you know? You struggle with how much control you have versus how much, yeah, the universe has control. Mm-hmm. You told a girlfriend the other day, you can't live in the past. You can visit the past. You just can't live there. 100%. It's the headspace too. You can live, you can visit the headspace. You cannot live there. It'll drive you crazy if you do. So the recent past has been this desire to purge and surrender. The only problem is that there's a lot of people right now that are in hot and cold energy, meaning you're motivated one moment, you're feeling weak the next, or you're looking for a reconciliation and you're trying to control it, trying to manifest a specific person, or you're using angel numbers to enable an old pattern. Yeah, you can visit the highlight reel. You can't live there. Hi, Hollywood. How are you? I could. Yes, I do drink tea. Yeah, ginger tea, black tea. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Danny. Well, exactly, Sarah. The potential is what they show us in the moment. The reality is they can't give. We marry potential. We divorce reality. How do I stay so strong? Nikki, I put it to you this way. Hi, Benita. I'm naturally built this way. Okay. And I know that I'm very lucky in a lot of sense that I can maintain that strength. But the point is that if I have to make it or break it, I'm going to make it. I cannot unknow what I know. I can't unsee what I've seen. And I have to stay true to myself. That's why I always say, I can't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do. You know? Ecstasy, we're doing a general collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So let's see. Let's see what else we need to know about the recent past. Here and now. The important thing is that you're living in the present moment. We just talked about this. Hi, James. We just talked about this. Where, again, you can visit your headspace. You cannot live there. You can visit the past. You cannot live there. You're not living in the potential of something that was. You have to be in the now. What is the current situation telling you? Look, I hate to say the most triggering statement that I've ever said, and that is the car in the driveway? You have to ask yourself, is that car in the driveway? And I mean consistently. Is the car in the garage? Whatever way you want to look at it. And I know that that's a tough statement, but it's the truth. You stopped dating for 8 years, focused on yourself, your sons, your business. You finally opened yourself up to a healthy relationship, and it took a while. However, I find good for you. Patricia, I'm very happy to hear that. How do we come to know one is coming right or it's fake? Well, here's the thing. You know when it's right when someone is serious. When it's serious. Like, look, someone who just comes in and out and is inconsistent is not coming correct. They will show you. You will know. You're a budding tarot reader, so you can give any suggestions on how to get better. Yeah, Ecstasy, my channel right now is starting a new series of tarot for self-development. So how to get better? You've got to practice, watch people who are reputable, who really know their cards, who know the true meanings of the cards, not people who just make it up. And apply what you know from your personal experience, as in the human condition or the human nature, to the readings that you do. Any card, Jen, as long as it's a card that is consistent, you know? So let's see, what is the strength position? Yeah, Marielle, I'm doing a general collective reading. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Hi, Farrah Fox, how are you? So the strength position right now is the World. Look, there's an overwhelming feeling that something is ending, an old cycle is ending, and that's okay. It's okay to let it go so that you can have new energy come in. Remember, your new life is going to cost you your old life. How much do you like the old energy? How much do you love the comfort zone that's not so comfortable? Hi, Shaq, how are you? Nice to see you. So let's see. The World is completion of a cycle, getting ready for the next round. Okay, this is what I was saying earlier. A lot of people are getting signs and synchronicities that are like through the roof. Angel numbers, names on trucks, I don't know, songs playing on the playlist or on the radio. If the sign and synchronicity is pulling you backwards or you're attributing it to a specific person, you're holding yourself back. If the angel number, the song, or the energy is saying you're on the right track, start something new, then I'm all for it. But if you're making about a specific person, you're looking for reasons to hold yourself back. I used to do it too. I used to see the birthday everywhere. I used to see the name. I used to hear the songs. Now I just don't go into that kind of energy anymore. Oh, thank you so much, Maggie. I appreciate that. I am very calm. That is me on camera, off camera. Oh, that's okay, Shaq. No worries. It's all good. All good. Thank you, Deepak. That's very kind of you. So let's see what else we need to know. What else is in the strength position? Okay, receiving mode. Are you willing to be in receiving mode? When you stop overgiving and you lean back and allow yourself to receive, you find out very quickly who the people are that are going to continue to be there, because they will engage, they will give to you, they will be serious. Right? That's true, Sherry. Hack. Nick has given me a great title for them, Life Hacks. Hard Ass Kelly is what hack is, H-A-K. If you ever want to channel your inner hack, just change the last letter, H-A and the first initial, and me, I'm hack. That's how I got Hard Ass Kelly. Oh, thank you, House of Cards. I appreciate it. This is, do you take layaway mixed with white pearl chrome, OPI? Is it important to buy proper printed cards because you currently use self-printed cards? It's up to you, Ecstasy. It's up to you. It's really up to you. You know, I think whatever you use, just make sure that it's authentic to you. Thanks, Yasmin. Appreciate it. All right, let's see what is in the near future. Let's see the near future. What do we need to know? Okay, well, the Magician. I'm telling you, communication. I really do believe that you're going to get unexpected communication. Use discernment. Okay. Oh, thank you, Nikki. No, I'm good. I'm good. I have been taking a break, and I always make sure that I take care of myself. But the Magician is communication. This is where people like to test the waters. You know, the holidays give a great excuse to reach out to people. But that doesn't mean that they're coming correct. I would lean back and listen more than you speak. Let someone tell you what's going on. And here's another tip. If you, just the tip, just the tip. If you haven't spoken to someone in a while and they want to come back in, ask them what's new. Ask them what's new since the last time you saw them or talked to them. If they go, the same old, Yeah, no, that tells you something. That tells you that they haven't done the work or enough of the work to make a difference in this connection. You've been feeling that, Sherry? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Beth. Long time no see. Yes, nice to see you. That's right, Jack. Just the tip. If you don't like it, if you don't like it, we'll take it out. You know, that'll tell you what you need to know. Exactly. You're welcome. So let's see, the trophy. You're the winner. You have to remember something. Let me just remind you. I'm going to go back to my diagram here, especially in regards to communication. If you're here and someone's doing this, okay? If you want to be the person who wins, not that this is about winning or losing, but if you want to be the person that wins, you've got to put yourself in a position to win. Because here's the problem. Most of the time, you're doing this. I love you, I love you, I love you. I want to give. I love you, I love you. Here's my cards. See, let me show you my cards. I love you, I'm giving to you. I want you, and you're chasing, okay? And you're chasing. If you were to change that and to stop allowing this behavior, because that's what happens when you go, I love you, I love you, I love you. I want to give. They keep doing this. Look, one of two things happens when you put yourself first. So if you're here and your person is here, and I don't mean better than or less than, I just mean you're 10 steps ahead of your person. If you say, you know what, I'm not going to allow this behavior, then you are going to achieve what you want or better. You're the winner. You're keeping your cards close to your chest, and you're not just giving everything, because that's what you're doing. It's like you're hoping that if you give and give and give and give, that they're just going to love you, and they're going to be like, how could I not want to be with her or be with him? How could they not? I give everything. You got to rethink that, because that overgiving is not going to bring anybody to you. All it's going to do is perpetuate this. So if you want something that is victorious and better, then you got to put yourself first. Okay, so when they say they love you, they want to be with you, they swear up and down and change. Well, how many times does this happen? How many rounds? Because at a certain point, no offense to anybody, you know, fool me once, okay, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. They've shown you no change, yet you're the one giving, then that's on you, and no offense to anybody. Because I've been there. I did it myself. I used to overgive all the time. Hi, Renew, how are you? Nice to see you. If you're allowing somebody to come in and do that over and over and over again, expecting different results, then the bottom line is that there's something that is not clicking on your end, because they're not going to change. And they keep telling you, I love you, I want to be there, please let me come. No, it's a no. I mean, the bottom line is that I always say I can understand something, but that doesn't mean that I have to allow it or accept it. I don't have to accept it back in. And I've done that before. I had somebody reach out to me last year that I really care about, And they said, well, isn't it just supposed to be like this? And I was like what? You knew I was coming back. Yeah, eventually, but that doesn't mean that I have to sit there and wait for you. It means I can understand what you're going through. I can understand that you're suffering. I can understand that you have trauma. But that doesn't mean that I have to make excuses for you. And that doesn't mean that I have to allow it or accept it into my life. No, it's not supposed to just be like that. It's not supposed to be where I'm sitting here for 6 months wondering whatever happened to you, even though I know what happened to you. You became overwhelmed and you ran. I don't have to accept it, and neither do you. It's hard to be aware of all of that. It's work to think about. It is, Jen, it is. But there's no excuse at a certain point. There's no excuse. We can choose to turn a blind eye, give excuses to them, you know, understand every little thing that goes wrong. And they're, oh, poor guy, you know, he's got so much stress. She's got so much stress. Those family issues, those boundary issues. Oh, they don't want to hurt anybody. Listen, you can understand it, but that doesn't mean you have to allow it or accept it. And you're right, Sarah, to some extent, they do know what they're doing. It's not that anybody sits there and goes, I want to hurt anybody. I don't think anybody has those intentions. The issue is that they're enabled to behave this way because we allow this. And as long as you're allowing somebody to come in and out over and over and over again, they're never going to change. They do know. I just don't think that they have nasty intentions about doing it. Hi, Merrick. How are you? You're asking about the third eye. Well, your third eye is intuition and always having to trust your intuition. Well, that's the whole point, Jen. Jen just said exactly. We enable. You know, the stress of waiting on their communication counts for something as well. Yeah. Yeah. They have a choice just as you did. In spite of your pain, you did not choose to hurt them. No. Nobody chooses to hurt anybody. You know, like it's not that anybody is intentionally trying to hurt. It's the fact that we allow this behavior. That's all it is. It's just an enabling. In one word, well, it's a hyphenated word, self-love. That's the word. How do you face this kind of situation? Self-love. I love you, but I love myself more. That's how you know you're at a point of absolute change, when you cannot do it anymore. So, look, you're all going through a regeneration, a death and a rebirth, and that's okay. Nick just said our pain comes from expecting a certain outcome or expecting they'll act a certain way. Well, what you're saying, Nick, is expectations. Hi, Gina. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Expectations are the root of all problems. We're expecting somebody to do what we want them to do, and they don't want to do it. How do you feel when somebody tries to tell you what to do? This is the thing that people always forget in these kind of relationships. And forgive me for being a little bit hack at the moment, but I don't like anybody telling me what to do. When someone nags me and pushes me and forces me to do something, I go completely the other direction. And so if somebody comes to me and says, you're my person, I love you, I want to be with you, you're my person, and I don't feel the same way, there's nothing in me that's going to make me go be with that person. So if the shoe is on the other foot and I'm trying to convince somebody, but I love you, but I love you, but I love you, but I love you, but we have something so great, it's so magnetic, it's so amazing, and they don't want any part of it, they don't want that commitment, what am I supposed to do? You have to let them be. You have to let them be. You have to respect what they're saying. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't want anybody forcing you. And you've all been there. I know you have. I've been there. I've had people tell me, you're my person. No, I'm not. As soon as somebody starts telling me you're my person, no, I'm not. I know my energy. I know how I feel. And your person knows how they feel too. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Merrick. Thank you. Does the third eye also help you see things not all can see? Yeah, Tracy. I mean, that's where you get a bit of that clairvoyance for sure. Yeah, Sherry just said, no, I'll compromise, but don't tell me what to do. Yes, and if you have to convince someone that they're your person, they're not. Exactly. Thank you, Woody. I appreciate it. Sure, Michael. So all I can say is when we're trying to force, hi Neil, when we're trying to force people, we're doing it from a place, forgive me for saying this, of selfishness, because we want it so badly for ourselves. We're not thinking about the other person and what their needs are. We're thinking about ourselves. You had a love bomber a month or so ago and wouldn't take no for an answer and you had to block them. Exactly. The second somebody does that with me, it's I go completely the other direction. Oh, thank you, Deb. I'm wishing you a wonderful Christmas in 2025 as well. She thinks she's hiding it well, but her eyes tell a different story. You don't know what she's going through, so I'm trying to give her space. Sometimes the best thing you can do is give people space. You can offer help, but if they don't want to take it, you have to let them process it themselves. Oh, thank you, James. I appreciate it. And sometimes people don't want the solution, though. That's the thing. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Your little voice has come out to take care of yourself. Good. Thank you, James. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Shrita. I appreciate it. Aw, thank you. You're very kind. Nina, how are things in Amsterdam? Beautiful, beautiful place. Hi, Roger. Merry Christmas to you, too. Oh, I hope you're healing well, Lynn. I know that that's not easy to have hip replacement. Thank you, Apney. All right, let's take a look at the suggested approach. That's okay. That's okay. I'm no worries. Hi, Senka. Hi, Paula. Thank you, Shweta June. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Anna. So let's see. Suggested approach is the child, the fool, a brand new beginning. Hi, Jesse. Brand new beginning. Trusting, taking a leap of faith. Are you ready for new energy? A girlfriend has been calling out her friends for their behavior that she doesn't like, but wonders why she doesn't have close friends or a partner. She's chasing any guy who looks her way. A lot of people, Deb, excuse me, look for validation and look to control things. So when people are projecting, when they're like criticizing or in some negative energy, it repels. It pushes people away, unfortunately. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Big. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you too, Lynn. I always appreciate your support. Okay, so the child card, brand new beginnings, and you're on the right track. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. It's going to unfold exactly the way that it's supposed to. But ultimately, we have to trust the process. That's the thing. That's the key. If you're not trusting that things will unfold, you're trying to control it. You feel for her, but you can't help. No, sometimes you got to step back. You know, some of the hardest moments in friendships and relationships in general come when you have to step back, no matter how much you love somebody. Thank you so much. No matter how much you love somebody, you can care about a friend, you can care about a romantic interest, but if they're not open, if they don't have the capacity, there's really not much you can do. There really isn't. You can't do it for them. All you can do is take care of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with putting yourself first, protecting your energy. You're allowed to protect your own energy. They do have to experience it for themselves to be able to want to do better. Yes. Thank you, Ping. I wish you a very Merry Christmas too. Thank you. Look, a change in the wind. I think the issue is that there's a lot of changes happening and people are just afraid of what that change means. You know, I'm always, sorry, I can't talk. I'm always trying to remind people that in the new year, we have no data for 2025. It's so new. You have to let it unfold. Eventually, you will have data to give you an idea of what's to come. But right now, everybody's afraid because they just don't know what's coming. Aw, Senka, I'm glad you're here. So much has happened. I'm really glad that you're here. And you can watch this on YouTube later if you missed any of this. Exactly, Deb. Exactly. Thank you, Linnea. I appreciate it. I wish you a Merry Christmas too. So let's see. What do we need to know right now? Let's see what we need to know. The Four of Candles, the Four of Wands, 1111, spiritual ascension, brand new beginnings. What do you do when you know someone is doing something and you show proof but find a way to deny even though your gut tells you it's true? Well, that's a tough one, Sharon. Sometimes people, and I say this respectfully, sometimes people just want to be right. They want to prove things. But then at the same time, we get the proof and we don't want to acknowledge it because it means we have to change or it means something has to change. So it all depends on how badly you want new energy or you want the change to come through. It's tough. It all comes down to, a lot of it comes down to, do you really want the change? Do you really want new energy? Yeah, exactly, Leslie. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in doing what's right for you? Are you confident enough to do what's right for you? And that's why I always talk about if I got to make it or break it, I'm always going to make it. You're never going to see me just lay down. I got to get up and go. I got to do better. I've got to achieve better because I want better. I want it. Hi, Susie. I don't want the old. I don't like the old, you know, BS. I just don't like it. I don't want to have to deal with somebody who's lying, someone who doesn't have the capacity, someone who can't give, someone who doesn't have boundaries, somebody who can't take the lead. I'm tired of that. And as soon as you get tired of it, you end up getting much better results because you're willing to make change. Thank you, Carla. You're very kind. Hi, Keith. They did. You know what's funny? I love football, and I haven't been watching any football this year, which is crazy. But we all have the capability right now of a brand new beginning. Merry Christmas to you too, Barbara. Thank you. Does your negativity get removed after the ritual performed at home? You know what gets rid of negativity? And I know it's going to sound silly. The way to get rid of negativity is don't be around people who are misery loves company. Don't watch things that are negative. Don't consume energy that's negative. Put yourself in high vibrational situations, things that make you laugh, things that bring positivity to your life or that bring good things and changes to your life. Hi, Rachel. So let's see. 4 of Wands, 11. Bye, Shaq. Have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas to you too. It all starts with self-respect and belief, Jazzy. You're 100% right. And the thing is that you have to let things unfold naturally. And that's the fear that we all have. We're so afraid to let things unfold because we don't know what it means. We want to try to control it and hold on to it. Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you too. If I could give one piece of advice to people, honestly, I know it's cheesy. It's trust the process. That's all it is. You have to trust it. So let's see. What else do we need to know? Time to go. Time to let it go. I mean, think of something right now. If you'd like to share, you don't have to. I'm not forcing anybody, but what's something you need to let go of right now that you know you need to let go of? You work with a negative person and she hates it when I'm happy and when everyone's in a good mood. Yeah, Carla, all you have to do in that situation is tune it out and don't play into it. When they're being negative, you don't even play into it. It's true. You hold the key to your happiness, 100%. It's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow it. So Jennifer just said an old relationship. Sarah said past hurts. Merry Christmas, Devendra. Enough wasn't good enough for both of us. When it's the right energy, it'll be right. After being romantically with him for 3.5 years, he suddenly broke up with me for his ex-girlfriend and asking to be as a friend because no, there's no friendship there. No, once you cross that line, there's no friendship there. I'm not a believer of that. I'm not friends with any of my exes. I'm not friends with anybody that's seen me in compromising positions. I can tell you that much. No, because that is a recipe for someone who wants to come back and forth when it suits them. You want to let go of family hurts, let go of the games. You want to let go of self-limitations. Yeah, control, gotta let it go. So will Nick and I stay together? Well, the word will indicates doubt. So I'm not picking at the question, but I would not phrase it in the way of will Nick and I stay together? We are together, if that's what you're trying to manifest. Oh, thank you, James. You're very kind. It does take strength. Yeah. Let go of procrastination. You know, all it takes is one small step. Every time you go up a staircase, you know what I think of every time I go upstairs in my home? I think of every step that I take up, I have to let go of a previous step. You cannot stay in one spot. No movement happens. Hi, Trevon. How are you? Oh, I appreciate that, Jazzy. Thank you. Is your crush going to contact you tonight? So Jennifer, my advice to you on that question is rephrasing, because that's an expectation that someone has to do this tonight. And I would say that that means you're trying to control it, which means you will not manifest it. Thank you, James. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I appreciate it. You too. Yeah, trauma and scared to disappoint the ones you love. Look, you can't disappoint the ones you love, because the ones that you love and that love you will be there no matter what. You will not lose what's meant for you. You cannot ruin something that is for you. So the hope and or fear right now is the 9 of Candles, the 9 of Wands. It's the wounded warrior energy. Wounded warrior, meaning you've been through battle, but you're not down and out. You just left a 20-year marriage where you had everything except for what you really needed, and you got tired of losing yourself to live a comfortable life. So now at 54, starting over, best thing ever. I'm really proud of you, Sanka. It's not easy, but you're doing the right thing if you're looking for something to fulfill you. I talk to people every day going through those situations. Hi, Pam. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you. And you were saying, did I mention with nothing? He gave me nothing. But you're finally putting yourself first. And believe it or not, you're in your prime and you can make something really beautiful happen. Yeah, Jen just did it too. Freedom. It's an amazing feeling. I've been through it myself and I have no regrets. Zero regrets. I don't regret my divorce. I don't regret leaving my teaching career. Everything happens for a reason. And you've never been happier. I'm so happy to hear that. It only gets better. But again, it takes time. It takes effort. Merry Christmas, Sarah. Thank you. It takes time. It takes effort. Nothing is going to happen overnight. Nothing is going to happen easily. It's going to require you to push through even when times are tough. And that's what happens, Jennifer, is that we get sparked. We get inspired to change our lives. Good night, Pauline. But we have to remember to put ourselves first always in these situations. So that 9 of Wands, the clock with an L, by the way, clock with an L, deck with an E, clock with an L. You know, this type of energy says divine timing. The universe gives you what you need, not what you want. It is beautifully painful, Jennifer. I totally understand that feeling. But it is something that you will cherish the more you go through it. They do take courage. They do take courage. And that's why I'm able to talk about it with all of you. Oh, thanks, Johanna. I appreciate it. The nail color, it's do you take layaway OPI with white pearl curl? Missing the L sometimes. I just had to verify so everybody knows. I said clock. Yes, clock. Excuse me. Yes, everything happens in divine timing. And what's meant for you is meant for you. And I don't want to be all cheesy, but it's true. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. You'll know what's meant for you. You won't even have to question it. I always say, ask for what you want or better. And when you get the better, you will never look back. You will never look back. I still believe him and I will see each other again. Yes, every day I tell him in spirit that I wish protection over him and give him free will in this. But I definitely feel his protection at the time. Well, Moon Goddess, let me put it to you this way. And there's no offense when I say this, because I know where you're coming from. A lot of the times we want to send our person all of this love and energy. And as much as I appreciate that, there's still an element of energetic chasing that can come with that. When we focus our attention, I'm going to send you so much love. I'm going to give you so much this. I want all this for you. I want all that for you. It's overgiving just in an energetic form. The best way to be in that energy is to do for you, live your best life. Every now and again, if you think of them, great. Wish you well. Oh my goodness, there's that sign of synchronicity. Thank you. And go your merry way. Because every time that we want to send this energetic stuff to them, we're chasing them. Hi. You're welcome. Yeah, energetic chasing is such a difficult lesson. People don't understand how much we energetically chase. When you're staring at their social media, when you're looking at old conversations and old photos and living in the highlight reel, you're chasing. And I know that people won't like me saying that, but it's really true. The more you're reading those old conversations, keeping those old text messages, those old pictures, the more you're holding on to that old energy. And that's the thing. You thought you were just being loving. And I understand that. We want to show love. Oh my goodness, the cough. We want to show love, but it's also chasing, you know? Jessie just said, I'm going through a complete transition. I believe a rebirth at life's crossroad, not knowing which way to go. Jessie, all you have to do is make a decision and see where it takes you. I always say, be a Roomba vacuum. The Roomba vacuum spins around the room. If it hits the wall, it redirects itself. Don't ever be afraid to redirect yourself. Hi, Lynn. Merry Christmas. I'm well, thank you. How are you? So anyways, let's take another card here for the hope and or fear. You just completely deleted all the photos and material items from your, yeah. And that's the thing, is that it sends such an energetic message when you're not focusing on them. Yeah, don't send them that much love invested in yourself. That's the problem with these deep soul connections. What we do is we actually send so much of our energy to this person. They're not sending you that energy. And I know a lot of people, and I know this is unpopular, but a lot of people will always say, but I feel them. I feel them. That's their energy. They're mad at me. They're this, they're that. They can feel that I've cut them off. What you're feeling is you. Your soul. Your emotional pain body is testing you. Are you in the old? Are you in the new? Now, I'm not saying you can't feel telepathy or that you can't connect to each other. Of course you can. Of course you can. But it's really you. So, Kingsley, we're talking about like deep soul connections, energy, life. You're finding it so hard to detach when you know the truth. Well, truth is very subjective. Remember that. Yeah, it does help, Soraya. Like deleting photos, for sure. And the thing is, when we detach by deleting photos and conversations, we feel high at first, and then we feel that low afterwards because it almost takes away the validation of what we knew to be true. You don't have to doubt the connection. No, nobody can tell you the future, Kingsley. We read current energies, but nobody can actually tell you. I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner in 2068 is always my line. I don't know if I'm having pizza, pasta, or tacos, or steak, or whatever, you name it. I cross that bridge when I get there. We can't be in predictive programming energy. What you're feeling is your mind overworking and overthinking. Yeah, Johan, and forgive me for saying this. I'm going to say something very triggering. And that is that we want them to be thinking about us. We want them to be hurt as if they've done something to hurt us, and we want them to feel that. But the reality is that's your soul projecting that. And that's why we're always like, see, they're mad at me. No, they're not. They're not mad at you. You're mad at yourself. They're missing you. Yeah, maybe. But you're the one that's missing them. Right? Thank you, Vinny. Have a wonderful night and take care as well. Merry Christmas. These are all tough conversations, and I've been through them all personally, so I really do understand. It took me a while. It took me a while to work through it. But I'm on the other side now is how I describe it. And that's why I help people with these scenarios. Nobody comes to me for fluff. Nobody comes to me for fluff. That's okay, Kingsley, if you don't celebrate Christmas. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. All right, let's look at the probable outcome. It is a projection, Moon. It is a projection. It's a lot of what we're feeling inside, we're hoping is felt on the other side. Yeah, we talk about astrology. We talk about a lot of things, Kingsley, a lot of different things. Let's see the probable outcome. The 4 of good cheer. See, this is the thing. A lot of people are overgiving, overthinking, and possibly missing out on opportunities. So be careful that you're not doing that. Your ex didn't understand. He's not, he's not someone now. He's definitely not thinking about me and moved on. Well, Tracy, okay, let me put it to you this way. That is a bit of a projection. You know, I do believe that they care about us. I do believe that they think about us. They do. But just because they moved on fast doesn't mean that they don't love you. The reason why they move on fast is because that's what they feel good enough for. And I hate to use the better than or less than, but they always run to someone who is less than because they're easier. They don't have to change for that person. With you, they have to change. So in this case, it's not that they don't love you or want you, or they're not thinking about you. They're just avoidant, exactly what Jen said. You know? Sherry just said, my 2 grown kids want nothing. I'm so sorry to hear that. There's a lot of no contact that's happening these days. I'm sorry. That's okay, Kingsley. You don't have to be. And don't take it so personally, Tracy. When someone runs like that, they're running from themselves. They're not necessarily running from you. They're running from themselves. So Jen's asking, what is the outcome of your relationship with Holly? So Jen, let me just remind you of something of what I've been saying. At this point, if you're wondering what will the outcome be, oh, there goes my light. If you're wondering what the outcome will be, you're trying to control things. So it won't manifest if you're trying to control things. Yeah, overgiving gets us nowhere. Overgiving gets us nowhere. Yes, people don't want to put in the work, so they run away. Exactly. You go into no contact with your mom, you were definitely running from yourself. Now that I remove myself, now I can see my mom in the beautiful light she is more than when I see her. Well, that's interesting, Moon. December's been a tough month, Ankita? Yeah, for a lot of people. Well, Jennifer, please excuse me for saying this, but that's a bit of a contradiction. You just said I'm detached and have no attachment to the outcome. I just have no patience. So which one is it? Because not having patience means you're trying to control it. It means you do have an attachment. Patience is not waiting, and I have to always repeat myself. Everybody would love to know what the outcome is, Jen, but that's the trying to control things. Nobody knows. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner in 2068, and neither do you. Patience is not waiting and saying when. Patience means I'm living my best life. I'm putting myself out there. I'm going to let things unfold. I'm going to do the work that I need to do for me. I'm going to put myself first, and then things are going to come my way, whatever they may be. Yeah. Hi, Nelsie. How are you? Merry Christmas to you too. So, no, they're not for narcissists at all, Shweta, actually. My readings for narcissists? No. And I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I would say it's definitely not for narcissists. I would never encourage anybody to engage with a narcissist or narcissistic behaviors. I agree, Kingsley. Time is precious. Every second should be lived and not wasted. Yeah, patience is a virtue, Michelle. And like I said, it's not waiting. It's living your best life and letting things unfold. For sure, Shweta, there are lots of people who display narcissistic tendencies, you know, but in regards to relationships, I would never advise it. I would never encourage it. Hollywood, I still have some things to do for Christmas. I haven't wrapped my gifts or written my poems yet that I was telling everybody the other day what my family tradition is. We write poems, little puns, little funny poems about what the gift is. So I have a lot to do in that aspect. I've got to wrap, I've got to make my poems, you know, and get them ready. So, okay, that 4 of Cups is our probable outcome. So we're over analyzing to the point of maybe missing out on an opportunity. I want you guys to start saying yes. I want you to start saying yes to things. Stop saying no. Of course, SB, there's always light and dark and light, 100%. You removed a lot of people from your life due to toxic relations. Good. That's what we need to do. Hi, Nanda. You almost lost your son 3 years ago in a snowmobile accident. Oh, wow. And he's living his best life and he's alive. I'm so happy to hear that. Hi, Sandy. Oh, thank you so much, Hollywood. I hope you do too. Let's see what our last card is. Let's see. Probable outcome. Blessings to you too, Shelley. Oh, Kingsley, what are these cards for? Well, funny that you asked that. On my YouTube channel, I just made a video about telling the difference between tarot cards and oracle cards. And as you know, I'm doing a new series of tarot for self-development. So in the next little while, you're going to see more videos about how to choose a deck. You know, what are some things to look for? And I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of all the major arcana and looking at self-development throughout the process. Hi, Giselle. How are you? You have terrible weather in Belgium. Stay safe. My health is better. I'm just coughing a little bit still at the end here. So let's see. Let's see what the probable outcome. Do those cards do anything special in life? Well, Kingsley, look, every person is different. Every card reader is different. What I'm doing is I teach self-development through cards. I'm a teacher by trade. I'm a high school teacher of 20 years. And so I recognize that cards can tell you a lot about who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. And it all depends on how you look at the bigger picture. So you started wrapping your gifts early for once this year. Nice. Yeah, I know. I don't want to do things last minute either. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Nice to see you. So let's see. Probable outcome right now. What's some last bit of guidance? You can't even make it up. New life. Your new life is going to cost you your old life, but you got to be willing to let go and trust the process. Can't even make that up. What a beautiful card to get. So tell me, everyone, what are your plans for the rest of the day? Yeah, we want a fresh start, Moon. We want a fresh. Thank you, Rachel. Oh, thanks, Penny. You get encouragement from my messages. That really means the world to me. I always think of myself as like motivational tarot or oracle cards. I want all of you to have it. I want all of you to have it. That's why I push. That's why I'm hard-ass Kelly when I need to be. It's because I want you to do things that are going to benefit you. Oh, I hope she's feeling okay, Jen. Yeah, Lynn, it's a great card. It's a great card. You're moving into your new home. Amazing. Congratulations. Watching football and wrapping gifts sounds wonderful, Tanya. I haven't been watching any football this year, and I love football. I just haven't really gotten into it this year. You're going to prepare for your college exam? Amazing. Good for you. Christmas gifts to the grandchildren? That's wonderful, Sandy. You're thinking more about yourself, Sharon. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, the last card, it says a new life. Oh, that's okay, Jen. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube. It'll upload to YouTube as soon as I go off live. Thank you, Maggie. You're so kind. You're moving next week, so you're packing. It's more for the card was new life. Aw, thanks, Ankita. That means the world to me. You're gonna feed the horse, pet the dog and the cat, do some laundry, nap. Nap sounds good. Thank you, Christy. A nap sounds good. I've got some work to do too. You're a high school teacher too, Shweta? Nice. You're gonna rest and try not to overthink if your twin flame spirit called towards me or if it was illusions. It's not so much that it's illusions. It's a self-love journey. It's a self-love journey. Does the card say things about people's personality? Yeah, it can tell you about your energy for sure. So Joanne, I say this to you with love, because I know to read what your comment was, not in contact with twin, but I think his guilt for harming me might be over the top. A lot of the times that's what we want. We want them to feel that guilt, or we want them to miss us, or we want them to whatever. Don't focus on the energy. That's something that's coming from you. That's put your soul or your pain body's pulling at you. So try to push that energy somewhere else. Oh, thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Tracy. You're going to think about not overthinking. You're ready to toss out the old life. Totally get it. You have the flu right now, Linnea. I hope you feel better. I know it's tough. I'm just getting over that flu too. Finish cleaning up and be lazy. That's wonderful. Enjoy yourself. And I wish you a Merry Christmas as well. Thank you. Take care, Kingsley. Hi, Kashish. How are you? Lovely to see you too, Sherry. Thank you, Suni. I appreciate it. Happy solstice. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Dana. I wish you a wonderful Christmas as well. I'll probably see you guys beforehand. My goal is to come live tomorrow, definitely before Christmas. Merry Christmas, Rachel. Thank you. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Sarah. Enjoy. I'm well, thank you. Aquarius moon, Scorpio, Gemini rising, Aqua moon. That's a very intuitive moon. You read that it's not a good thing to get different readings specifically by different people because of the energy exchange. Is that true? I would just say be very careful who you get readings from. And I stay in my own lane when I say this. There's so many people that lie. There's so many people that lie. And I can only speak for myself. I will always give you the truth. So sometimes if people are enabling you to do things, you know, telling you that you have a spell on you or that you need to break the blockage or whatever, listen, do not buy into that. Anybody who's reputable is not going to tell you to break a spell or to give money to break a spell. So be very careful with what kind of readings that you do with people. Or people who enable things that say, you know, actually I shouldn't even talk about it. I saw a post today, a video today, where somebody was giving such bad advice. And when I saw the amount of clicks and the amount of comments on there, it's really saddened me. Merry Christmas to you too, Shrita. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. I wish you a wonderful day. Yes, I'll try to be on tomorrow for sure. Merry Christmas to you too, Sandra. Thank you. Happy holidays, Morpho. I appreciate it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Sharon. All right, I'm going to get going. I'm going to say goodbye to IG first. Thank you so much. Yes, Merry Christmas to you too. God bless you as well. I appreciate the kind words. Okay, IG, thank you so much. I send you lots of love. I will try to see you guys tomorrow. Take care and we'll talk soon. Thank you, Lynn. You too. Bye, everybody. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube now. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you being here. I send you all so much love, positive vibes, and a wonderful rest of your day. I'll try to see you guys tomorrow. Take care, YouTube. Thank you, Becca.